Good morning, everybody. It's Debbie Gilbert from the Best Business Women Awards and the Business Awards Show. And today I'm joined by MacKay from Salamandra, who is a very inspirational business lady who's going to share some great tips with you and information about why awards have been so instrumental in the success of her business. So welcome, Christine.
Thanks very much, Debbie. Lovely to be on board, and thanks for inviting me.
So let's tell our listeners a bit about why you started your business and what is so special about the animation industry.
Okay, fantastic. Have you got all day? So I've always been a very visual person, and I've always loved imagery. In fact, I am sort of embarrassed to say that my first ever childhood crush was actually on a cartoon character called Marine Boy that my sister and I used to fight over as to he's my boyfriend, no, he's my boyfriend kind of thing. And I've always loved things like paintings and sort of imagery. And I did quite a bit of traveling around. I actually jumped in an old combi with my then boyfriend and drove across Africa, ended up living and working in Africa, then moving to New Zealand, which is where I actually fell in love with animation as an amazing format, obviously for storytelling, and everyone's used to, Disney and Pixar and that kind of stuff. But when I came back to the UK and started up Salamandra UK, I realized that it was definitely an amazing tool for explaining complex messages, because we absorb so much information visually that what a better way to do it than sort of animation, which can be culturalist and genderless and, can even sort of touch on taboo subjects and complex subjects. So I started up Salamandra UK as a way to convey those complex messages and be visual problem solvers. So we work in animation for business across the gamut. So we work in over 18 industries, with 2D, 3D, with AR, VR, all that kind of stuff. And it's just been an incredible way to be, use those far-reaching technologies to aid business to get better and communicate better and get in a snap what it is that the business does, which is really what we try and do.
Well, it's so much more exciting, isn't it, than just watching a plain old informational video. You can really make things come to life, and it makes it so much more interesting and exciting. So as your business has grown and developed, why were awards part of your marketing strategy?
Well, awards, I think, are a really important part of your strategy for various reasons, and it really should be definitely part of your marketing mix. Some of the reasons are, for example, staff motivation. So, awards recognize the hard work and the achievement and the skills that your employees have, and winning them boosts their morale. It improves motivation, and it's great to have, glitzy award to attend and talk about and take, either, your staff members or clients to, and it's a great night out at the end of the day. Secondly, we've got obviously free marketing out of it. So business awards can be overlooked in your marketing toolbox, but they're really, really important. If you've just been shortlisted, can improve your brand awareness and promote your business to new customers, existing customers. It can maximize your PR exposure. And then you can update all your marketing materials, whether that be your website or your marketing collateral, or, your social media. If you put in your, that you've been nominated or you're a finalist, all those kinds of things, it really kind of boosts that marketing. So you're getting that pretty much for free, which is fantastic. And then opening or winning an award can open doors to contracts and new supply chain and all that kind of stuff, and even break into new markets, which we've definitely done through winning awards. And then, of course, there's benchmarking. Whenever you enter an award, you're going to have to check what's the competition doing. How do you best, illustrate yourself in that competition? Because obviously you're up against a bunch of other companies, so you want to put your best foot forward. So it's a great way to be introspective and look at your business and see how can you improve, how can you better yourself against a competition, what can make you stand out, etc. So that's pretty invaluable right there. And then sort of obviously visibility and credibility, having, the awards tend to also post about who the winners are, who the finalists are, etc. So you're getting that side, but then you leverage that with your marketing and your PR, it just really builds up your brand and makes you visible. And it's almost like a third-party endorsement as well for your business, which is fantastic. And then if you win it, it's an absolute seal of approval for your activities, and it's a sign of your, to your potential customers that it can form part of your sales pitch as well. We put it on our website, for example. We put it on our creds deck, and we attach it to whatever piece of work that has won award or awards, which is great as well, because the clients also love that. And if we win awards on behalf of our clients, we send them an award too. Obviously, often it costs us money to get an extra award, but it's paid back in spades, because they absolutely love it. They have it on their desk. They think of us every time they see it. And then it also causes, if it's a big company, quite a bit of competition internally, because they want one too, if they see that their colleagues got one. So from that perspective, I mean, visibility and credibility is fabulous. It's a great way to differentiate your company. And then last but certainly not least is attracting talent. I mean, if you're an award-winning agency or company, people want to, be part of that gang. They it pushes your business forwards and also increases employee morale. So it attracts and retains new recruits, which is kind of what you want. So those are all really important elements of awards, applying for them and hopefully winning them. And it is, it can be sort of quite time consuming. So I think that a marketing person or assistant or, apprentice or anybody like that can help with that is vital, and definitely somebody that should be considered as part of your sort of team build, if you like.
So last year you won 20 awards, which is absolutely incredible. I rarely speak to anyone who's won that amount of awards, especially in 1 year. And one of them was the Best Business Women Awards, which you won for Best Businesswoman in Business Services. But I'm interested to understand what your thought process is behind the awards that you enter. So obviously, when you're looking at all of these various awards, what's your thought process in terms of which ones you're choosing to enter?
Yep, thank you very much. 20 in 2020 was pretty bonkers. And we're actually up to about, I think we're 48 or 49 awards at the moment.
Incredible.
It's a mixture of business awards and film awards. So what I find really kind of satisfying and exciting is that we get recognized from both, because we do tend to, we're very good at wearing both hats. Mm-hmm. So when we work with our clients, we definitely wear a business hat as well as a creative one. So it's wonderful to be recognized for both. And the reason, and the ones that we sort of actually sometimes we get invited to join, which is lovely, to apply for certain awards, but we tend to look for awards that will help us reflect our services, and obviously, and the awards that we're best qualified to try and participate in, obviously. So it's got to align with your business or your services, or where you want to get to. For example, we've had a push internationally, so we already had clients around the world, but we've got studios in Eton, Dundee, and now we've just opened up in San Francisco. Having international awards is really cool for that, because it shows that you are able to compete internationally. So we've gone for a mixture of local, national, and international awards, and awards that reflect our business skills, if you like, and our creative skills. And that's really it's wonderful to get to be nominated or participate in those kinds of awards. So we do, how should I say, we try and make decisions that would work well for us and put us in the running for winning. We don't really go. Do
you map out your do you look at, for a whole year, do you sort of map out which ones you're going to enter, or do you kind of just look on a monthly basis of what's coming up? I mean, what's your strategy?
A bit of both. We tend to have a bit of a budget as to how many we can enter for. Some do have a bit of an entry fee, or they'll have a participation fee or something like that. So we try, and especially the international ones, and especially the film festivals, they all tend to have a fee attached to them, because obviously they've got the admin to do, especially the international ones. But there are a few that every year we try and go for, like NRC is kind of like the Shangri-La of animation. It's in France, and it's kind of like the Oscars of animation. We have entered for the last couple of years, and haven't succeeded so far, but we won't stop trying.
Going.
So stuff like that. Sometimes we go above what we think we can do, but you never know. It's worth it. It's worth stretching yourself, and it stretches the whole team. And I think it's great when you look back on an application and you look at all the things you've had to tick off and go, oh yeah, we've done that, and we've done that. Oh yeah, we've done that. And it's great. It's really exciting to see where you've got to, really. And it doesn't matter the size of the business, because you're always growing, whether it's, in knowledge or in size or, in reach. So it's always valuable to do that exercise, I think.
Definitely. And I think having a good broad range of awards, like you alluded to earlier, which was, entrepreneurial awards, awards for business women, plus awards for animation and awards for industry and international awards, it kind of gives that breadth, and you're touching lots of different companies and exposing your business to different audiences, which I think is really valuable. So if someone's sitting here listening to this, what tips and advice, I mean, you've shared quite a lot already, but if we could maybe just distill it down to one or two things really, of what advice you would give to anyone thinking of entering business awards? Maybe one or two top.
I would say absolutely go for it. And apart from all the things I already mentioned, there's also all the amazing networking you get to do with all the other nominees, and at the on the sort of lead up to the maybe the semi-finals, the finals, all that kind of stuff, and that's invaluable. You get to meet some lovely companies and get to make some really good friends. But really, no matter the size of your business, you can enter a business award. There's a huge variety of awards around, from local to national, industry-based or specific criteria. And you can find out about awards through your Chamber of Commerce, for example, your local business press, or simply searching on the internet for relevant awards in your industry and otherwise. I sign up for lots and lots of different newsletters in sort of different industries. And I tend to sort of, through that, find out about different awards. I've also got, somebody in our marketing team who's also looking for different awards, because we are quite... I should say our services are quite varied, and we work in over 18 industries, so you can imagine it's quite broad. And so for every industry, there'll probably be an award. For example, we were up for a couple of awards in the pharmaceutical industry, for example, which we were really chuffed about, because it's really hard to get into. But stuff like that, I think you've just got to keep your antenna out and then just go for it. I mean, awards like yours, Debbie, are amazing. You've got such an incredible team, and such an incredible. It's so well thought out. We were handheld throughout the whole process. You kept us abreast of what was going on. We knew what to expect, and we could prepare for it. And there's nothing better than that. And I think once you know what's required and by when, and what you have to do and stuff, it just makes it less daunting, I suppose. And at the end of the day, have fun, because it's really good fun. You can look back and go, yeah, all these things that we've done, and whether you win it or not, just participating is, I think, is halfway there. Because of all the other things that you get along the way, whether it's your PR, meeting other people, or talking about it in your social media. We're quite sort of present on social media, and I think we've been so lucky with the awards. I think people are sick of hearing about us now. It's like, okay, enough now. But it's great fun. And
I think we could bottle your enthusiasm for awards and sell it. We'd be millionaires. Because it's lovely to talk to somebody who is so positive about it. I mean, can you remember that first award that you won? All those 48 awards. Which one was it?
It was we were up for the SLA Business Awards, and I'd only just started, the company had only been going literally months. And the first couple of years in any business is really hard work, and it was really hard work for me. And often you think, well, am I doing the right thing? Should I give up? Blah blah blah. But I think once you tick something and you think, oh, I must be going in the right direction, somebody else has recognized that, and it just really helps.
That's great, because that's one of the things I always say to people is start with your local business awards and go with something like new business, because like you've just said, it gives you your business the validation that you're on the right track. Someone else has looked at it, and it then gives you the rolling stone of publicity.
Yeah.
Which then you can, piggyback off of that. So how many years ago was that you won this business award?
So we didn't actually win it in the end. We were just finalist.
Brilliant.
That was so we've been going 7 years, so it was about 7 years ago.
And have you made awards part of your annual marketing strategy? Every single year you do some?
We definitely have in the last 2-3 years, yes. Beforehand it was very much sort of ad hoc, but now it's very much part of the strategy, and I highly recommend that for any size business. It pays back in huge dividends, whether it's, as I say, whether you win it or not. Just participating helps you benchmark and also have wonderful content to talk about.
So there was a pivotal moment for you that you thought, actually, we need to be less ad hoc, more strategic about this.
Yes,
about
definitely.
3 or 4 years ago. And that was because the publicity that you'd had off the back of the awards that you'd won.
Yes, that, and also having somebody dedicated to do it, because it can be, it can be quite time consuming in the sense to do it properly. You've got to devote the time and the effort for it if you're serious about it. And I think, as a business owner, I have so many plates whizzing up in the air. It's really great to have somebody who can, just take that as part of their sort of daily, tasks, and then it definitely gets done, which is fantastic. But you don't have to get there straight away. Although I do highly recommend getting a marketing person in your team as quickly as you can as a business. But if you don't have that luxury, then there are, you can handpick the ones you want to go for, and then really do a good job of doing the applications. I can't recommend it enough. It's been fantastic for us. And you get lovely feedback on social media as well. People are very kind, and the amount of people said, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe how many awards you're winning." It's reflective, obviously, of the work we do too, which I'm very proud of. And it does put us up, up with these sort of agencies that we're trying to emulate. So yeah,
it makes you, it sort of puts your benchmark close to them or above them, 48 awards. So this year you're a finalist in the Best Boss category at the Best Business Women Awards, which is a lovely category because it has to be nominated by your team. You can't enter that one yourself, so that's always a lovely accolade to have. Are there anything else coming up that you're a finalist in this year?
Well, I don't really want to jinx it, but obviously check out our social media. If you check out salamandra.uk, you can find it. But the Best Boss Award, I think, is probably the one that's closest to my heart. To be fair, I'm very honoured and touched that I've been put forward for that, and my team means a lot to me. It's you are nothing as a business without your team, and I've got an amazing team, so who I'm very proud of. So so it means a heck of a lot, and I'm keeping everything crossed. It'd be fantastic to win it. But it's wonderful to be part of the whole gang who are a part of these awards. Now, I'm really looking forward to the final and just getting together with everybody. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since it'll be 2 years since we've run a face-to-face final, so we're super excited to get everybody back together in a room and celebrate, really, because I think when we did our best with an online award ceremony, but I don't think you can emulate an award ceremony online in the same way. The whole kind of gathering of people and celebrating in a room is just phenomenal. So I'm really excited, and I'm excited to meet you in the flesh.
I know it's going to be weird. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Brilliant. Well, Christine, thanks so much for joining me today. We will add the links to your business after this. We definitely will. Whether you're listening on the podcast or you're watching it on YouTube, we will list where you can contact Christine and where you can follow her on social media. I think they have some great posts, so they're definitely worth following on social media. Very, very, very great posts on social media. So thanks for joining us today, and we'll look forward to catching up with our award listeners another time. Thank you.
Brilliant. Bye. Thanks so much, Debbie. Take care.
Bye.